I definitely couldn't, but I think it had to do with the weird year we live in, the changes, the COVID, what the draft's going to look like, what free agency is going to look like. And I felt like, a lot of players may have panicked a little bit during free agency and jumped to sign deals.
Yep.
And one thing about me is I know through my hard work and my preparation, what I bring to the field and what I bring to my teammates, that I make teams better, I make places better. And I'm going to do my best to be a great player and a great teammate. And I knew that had some worth. So I wanted to wait and also find a good fit for me and not just rush based on what the world was looking like. And I had the opportunity and the ability to wait a little bit and pick the right spot. And I felt like the Giants were the right spot for me with Pat Graham and Joe Judge, coaches I've played in the system for that believed in me since I was a rookie.
That's interesting because people forget that alliance. You knew Joe Judge way better than us and the media did. When you went, now a lot of people, I was one of them. I'm like, I've seen him on the sidelines. New England. How do I know he can coach? Did you think, because the Giants get off to an 0-5 start, when did you know that, you know what, the players are buying in? We're going to turn this thing around. Was there a moment, a game, an epiphany, a play that you knew it's a bad start, but we're going to get this thing right?
Yeah, I think that an exact moment I can't say, but I felt like everything's a learning opportunity. And when we were taking those losses, and some of them were close games, they were really close. I knew if I could make a play or two in the end, we could win those games. And I put that on myself. But the locker room never folded. The leadership never tanked on the year. We never said, man, this ain't it. It's a first-year coach. Too many excuses. There was no excuses made. We just kept going back to work, And I wanted to win just to get those young guys the experience of what winning is like and what your hard work deserves you to get. So that's what I wanted it bad. And I think when we kind of went, obviously we started off 0-4. And I think those next 4 games, we started turning around. We played the Rams really well.
Yep.
And I felt like that was a moment in L.A. when we went out there and played the Rams really well. It was like, hold on, McVay's a really good coach. Goff's a really good quarterback. They have an experienced system. And they're running their plays really well at a high level. And we were able to really confuse them and make it really hard on them.
Yep.
We just got to figure out a way to win games in the end, situationally. And we weren't playing good third down defense early in the year. But if we could play the situations better, the formula to win, good on third down, good in the red area, run the ball, win the running game, penalties, discipline, things like that. Make teams beat you. Don't beat yourself. If we can start getting better in those areas, we can play with everybody, with anybody and everybody. And I felt like when we came back from L.A., the results might not have turned right away, but we started to show that we could play with everybody, and then we started to win those games. We started to make those plays in the end, and we started to give these really good quarterbacks a tough time.
It's so you beat Seattle, and I said yesterday on the show, I said it certainly is an upset because you had a backup quarterback, but we're going to look at that game and go, like a month from now, and go, that wasn't that big of an upset. Like, they're really even. Flying back home, when you walked off the field in Seattle with Colt McCoy, your backup, and you had won the flight home, like, I got to imagine, like, what right now for the New York Giants, do you feel like the confidence of the roster after that win walking off the field went from here to there?
I think so. I think it's some of the younger players for sure to have that big-time win. I think it has, but one thing about it is it wasn't a fluke game where we ran 7 trick plays and had to do, this and that and a reverse pass to squeak one out at the end. I think we knew Seattle. I've known them from playing in the Super Bowl. They're a team that relies on energy. They come at you in waves. They come at you with intimidation. We weren't afraid of DK Metcalf. We weren't afraid of Russ. We knew that we had to be a team that's together, that's tough, and to have to sustain and endure their waves. And when you're a boxer and you're in a fight, you always want to punch first. And that's what Seattle does. They punch first. They come at you fast. Jamal Adams is talking. He makes splashy plays. And they punch first. But nothing is scarier than someone who gets punched and stands there and continues to keep going forward. And that was us. We took that early blow, down 3-0 or whatever it may be, the block punt, down 5-0 at half, and we kept coming back. We kept pressing forward. We told them we had a strong chin. And we endured their waves, and I think we out-executed them in the end. And that's definitely a good feat against a quarterback as experienced and a coach as experienced as the Seahawks and Russell Wilson. But it just gave us proof that we are who we think we are when we play well, we execute well, and we work hard. And I think it goes to our hard work and our togetherness as a team.
You know, you're going to be as good, though, as Daniel Jones. You know this league. I mean, as good as New England was, Brady lubricates all of it. He's the engine. Daniel Jones has cut way back on turnovers. I didn't know. I watched him play at Duke. I thought, I don't know, is that guy a six pick? What is it about Daniel Jones? Is there something you see that you think he could be special? Is there a trait or a quality, Logan, you see?
Yeah, I mean, if you see the guy in person, he throws one of the prettier balls in the league. He's bigger than you think. He's obviously faster than we all thought. I didn't know he'd be running away from DBs like he has been. He's extremely smart, and he's a hard worker. He's blue collar. He's going to be coached. They're coaching him hard week in and week out. He plays in the New York media, replacing Eli Manning. I mean, it couldn't get a tougher place to play pressure-wise. And he continues to show up, put the team first, take the blame, and keep working. And I just really think his ability to stay humble and keep working, it comes to him naturally. And he's just a worker. And I think he's going to improve on everything in his game. But he has the skill set. It's there. It's the size, the arm, the intelligence, the athleticism, the leadership. It's just the performances, the execution on game day. I think they're becoming better and better. And before you become a great quarterback, you can't be one that's detrimental to your team with turnovers. And I think he's become better with that and given us the opportunity to win. And look, I know you say you only go as far as your quarterback, but last year in Tennessee, I love Ryan Tannehill to death, and I love my Titans to death. But we were finding different ways to win with passing the ball for 80 yards. We were still beating teams because we're moving the ball when we need to. In the second half, Seattle had 9 in the box, including Jamal Adams, and we rushed for 160 yards. So we moved the ball when we needed to. We got first downs when we needed to, and we got stops when you need to. And when this weather gets colder, it comes down to this rushing game. It comes down to the red area. It comes down to third down. And it comes down to special teams. And I feel like those are things that we're going to continue to work on as our strengths.
You should consider going into broadcasting when you're done. You'll have a lot of options. You really should. You can break it down very succinctly and very smartly. Couldn't be happier for you. Good people that work hard get opportunities. Yours are just beginning, Logan. And I love having you on our show. You didn't have to do it today, and I appreciate it.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you guys for the opportunity.
All right, thanks, buddy. Logan Ryan, New York Giants, now playing safety. That's a dude, like every locker room needs Logan Ryan. Smart dude. He's like I told Shannon Sharp off the air this morning. He's like Russell Wilson on defense. Walks in, he's an adult, elevates everybody. Not always. Russell Wilson still never had an MVP vote. Like certain guys just walk in. Chauncey Billups in the NBA made every locker room better. Every single one better. Westbrook's way more talented. He can sometimes puncture momentum in a locker room. Chauncey Billups made every locker room better. I tell my kids this all the time. You can be a lubricator or an agitator. Walk into rooms and lubricate. No reason to agitate. Even if you're talented, you just wear people out. Logan Ryan's like, put him in my locker room. We'll figure out. A little older, maybe can't put him at corner. Move him back to safety. Put him in there. Boom. It's good. Herd hierarchy, top of next hour. I still can't get over a Mike Tyson fight. Made 80, was it 80 or 90 million?
80 million. And there's still numbers coming in, so that like
are people still buying it?
No, but like they're still counting. So stop the count.
Like, listen, I tell Gottlieb this. Don't worry about being right. Just be interesting. Mike Tyson's interesting. He doesn't have a jab as much. Larry Holmes was great at one point. He was dull. He was never interesting. Mike Tyson is interesting. Eating breakfast.
Yep.
I would pay-per-view to watch him eat scrambled eggs. Mike Tyson is interesting. Rec Tech is what people are talking about. The grill made by grillers for grillers. Check it out. The Master Chef indoors. No matter the weather, you're the chef. Turn it on by your phone. Rec Tech.